Hello everyone, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.com, and today I am showing you a super ridiculously simple holiday card. Mine is Happy New Year, but using the Brightest Glow stamp set, you could make it anything. I actually stamped All Is Merry and Bright. We could do that one, but depending on how you want to do this, because I am using, and these are another set of dies, they're daggone, I don't even know what they're called. They're stitched. They have really awesome shapes, but I have no clue what they are. But I'll make sure that I put the link in the description with the full supply list. So, super cool. You have like a squoval, you have pennant flags, and then these. They're really cool. They're almost like a marquee kind of a thing, but I'm sure they look really cool anyway. I used the second smallest pennant, so you can see it actually stitches all the way around, which is really neat. And fit this sentiment perfectly. But the star of this, in my opinion, is this amazing one horse open sleigh designer series paper. So this side, you can see it's very neutral. You could use it for pretty much anything, maybe after the holidays are done or if you don't use it all. But this side is intense. I love it. This so cute. I know you've probably seen this everywhere. The tundra, the deer, so adorable. I love all of these. They're so pretty. That's the one we used here. I actually ordered 2 packs because I've used so much of this. We have the little fox going through the snowstorm. I mean, it's just beautiful, beautiful scenic paper that really just takes you somewhere. I love this. But all these, some reason, remind me of cardinals. I think they're beautiful. But this, I believe, is in stock. This is online exclusives. I'm fairly certain it is, but again, it goes in and out. It will be coming back. But we are using, I actually picked out some specific ones I didn't show you there. These are for my club this month. So we have this one, which I think, this also kind of reminds me of like an old-fashioned train bridge. I know it's not, but it's so cute. Then we have, oh, here's another one. This one, which is adorable. And then I use this one as the sample because I wanted to let the ladies be able to pick these. So they'll just be one shy of that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use... We'll use this one. And then I'm going to pull this out and we will create our card. Very simple. So basically a piece of DSP we're going to cut down. We have petal pink. We have a piece for the inside. We have a little scrap to cut our sentiment with. We're using Misty Moonlight. Now I want to tell you a couple things. I did this with a different video as well. And sometimes you may have a little bit of trouble getting the sentiment to ink properly. So I did All Is Merry and Bright, which is adorable, so we could use that one, but I'm gonna cut out one more just to see what it looks like. Also did Happy New Year in the little one, but I kind of liked this version better. But using this piece, all we're going to basically do is trim this down so it fits on here. So we're going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Kind of depends on where you want to put the card cut, for example. I think I may actually end up just using this end and trim a little bit of this off, because then we will cut the trees completely. We can bring it over a little bit if we wanted a little bit of the trees. It just depends. Something has to give unless you're going to make this a 6 by 6 a sampler, I think is what they call them. But what if we use Merry Christmas? The only thing is I think we will have to go to something a little bit larger. Let's see if this fits, because I'm trying to make it so it kind of still hangs off, and the Merry Christmas will fit in there. So let me pull out Merry Christmas, and I'm going to pull out a block. All right, now what I was talking about earlier is sometimes when you ink something, you can see you may not get a really good inking, and this is a brand new ink pad. So I shared this in another video, but you know, there's sometimes saying something more than once is helpful to somebody that may not have seen the other video. But if you're going to just ink this up and stamp it, it might be okay, but you have a little bit of splotches here. So just a couple things. What you can do is you can take a plastic spoon, you kind of redistribute your ink. Also, if you just add ink to it, you might want to press your ink in. But the other thing you can do is ink your stamp. Ink your stamp. Put your stamp into Versamark to begin. I want to wipe a little bit of this off because I definitely don't want a huge smudge, but this one is pretty well loved. It's definitely got a little bit of staining, and that's okay. It doesn't cross over, so it's not going to contaminate anything. So you can see it's blue, but when you stamp, still, it's just a watermark. It's really cool. So we're going to ink that up, and then we're going to go in and we're going to ink up our Misty Moonlight. Looks pretty nice. And we're going to just use this piece. The only thing I kind of have to figure is, where do I want to put this? Because I'm going to end up kind of cutting part of it off. So I want to try to make sure that I center it to one side, if that makes sense. Because we don't want this, like, it's a little bit light there still, but we don't want this ginormous sentiment covering up a whole bunch of our piece here. So that's why you may want to decide, where do you want to cut it? Do you want to cut it this way and have it come in from the bottom, which is what I think I'm going to do. So again, this is supposed to be like a wintry card. It's not necessarily a, you know, red and green Merry Christmas. So that's the other reason why the original one I did was a Happy New Year. So you can kind of make it what you want it to be. So if we're going to cut, and say we're going to put this here. So I'm going to die cut this so it kind of goes off, and we'll have it coming from the side. So I'm going to go ahead and just line this up just like so. I'm going to run this through my Big Shot, and we're going to cut the other paper, and then we'll be done really quickly. Okay. So we have this, and I'm going to pop this off. And here's my trimmer. We're going to just trim some of this off. So we just kind of have to make a decision, because it has to be 4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to start over here. So this is 6. I'm going to go ahead and take off, what is that, a half. I'll take 3/4 of an inch. And then this one, I'm going to just flip it and trim it to 4. So we will have a little bit of the tree in there. You could use this to add to the inside of your card. You could use the other side if you wanted to. And then we need 5 1/4. So I think I'm going to take a little off. I'm going to take a little bit off of the bottom. The top, I should say, first. And then we will cut the bottom. And 5 1/4. There you go. All right. So that's it. All we're going to do now, this is already scored. Yep. Just going to crease this, and I just want to see what it looks like. There's that. Merry Christmas. I think I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to have it just so it's barely hanging off. So where our C is, we want that right at the edge there. And I'm actually going to pop this up on dimensionals though, and I'm wondering, do I have any dimensionals? Because I think I just packed them all up. Let's see. Yep, hang tight. I'm gonna have to pull some of these out real quick. Oh, good. I found one little one. Okay, so I'm gonna put some liquid glue here. Put this on. And prior, really quickly, really quickly, prior to putting this sentiment on here, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella, because I think this really, because I put Wink of Stella all over the little shiny parts of the snow here, and we're just gonna grab some Wink of Stella and kind of put this. This actually isn't Wink of Stella. I just grabbed some other sort of a shimmer pen, so it's not Wink of Stella. Don't be mad. Just gonna put a little bit, just kind of like a glossing. It really just gives a little bit of something to our card. Okay, so you probably can't see this. Well, maybe you can on the angle there. It's very light, but it's really cute. Okay, and then the only other thing we have here is just our little Merry Christmas. So I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I'm going to put some at the end and kind of go from there, and we'll see what we need to have. I think I can see the Christmas part right here. Keep going. Sorry about that. It just blocked out for a second. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to pull these off. put this on, and I'm going to trim it once I have it on there where I want it. Get there, down here. Yeah, we're going to go up here. And again, if you don't want a huge sentiment, you could totally pick something smaller, but I'm just going to give that a little press. I'm going to grab my snips, flip it, and give it a trim. And I'm going to tell you while I'm doing that, if you have any questions about this, if you'd like to get any supplies, shop my online store, you can find all the details below in the YouTube description. You can find me at Rachthestamper.com if you wandered in from somewhere else. If you have any questions, you can always leave me a comment here on YouTube. I do answer each and every one of them. May not be pronto, but they all get answered. I can guarantee you that. Which is your favorite? Do you like the larger sentiment, or do you like the little Happy New Year? I think both of them are absolutely adorably cute, have lots of different sentiments, and I did do it with definitely a different theme. This is not the traditional Christmas colors that you would see here. So basically a way to stretch and use some of your supplies with some of the other cool stuff that we have coming in stock in the online exclusive section of the store. So thank you so very much for watching. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. That way when I make a new video, you can find it easily. And if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, and I would love for you to share this with one of your friends that maybe likes making crafts as well. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.